right, CrossFit like way, here we go again. So your warm-up, you're gonna start with a 400-meter run, then you're gonna come in and do 3 rounds. The first thing is gonna be a lunge and twist. So start from an athletic stance. We're gonna do a lot from this position today. So your feet are just outside your shoulders, toes are forward, slight bend of the knees, hips back, and chest up. From here is where I want you to lunge from. So keep the train tracks, lunge nice and wide, keep the knee just off the ground. Open up the chest, twist to the right, twist to the left, and then step on through to your next one. So you're gonna do 6 total, 3 per side. All right, after that, I want you to do 6 Bulgarian split squats, so 3 per side. You have these weighted today, so I want you to do a few unweighted to get the technique down before you start them. So you need something short. It doesn't need to be very tall. Even this cooler might work. It's a little tall, but I can put it on my side and it'll work as well. So just find something about a foot off the ground. You're gonna go ahead and get into that wide stance that you just had for your lunge position. So I'll put my toes on the box just at the edge, find that wide stance between my feet, and I'm gonna keep my torso upright and then drop my back knee towards the ground, and then all the way back to extension of the hips and the knee. So keep my torso up all the way down, all the way back up to extension. So 3 per side. All right, next thing you're gonna do is 1 minute holding a pillar position. So hands under the shoulders, feet outside the shoulders. 1 minute hold, but you're gonna start in that minute, you're gonna start with 10 scapular retractions. So relax through the shoulder girdle and then press the spine to the roof. So 10 here, and then the remainder of the time you're just holding. And then the last thing is you're gonna do a 20-meter lateral walk. So find that athletic position again. So feet outside the shoulders, toes forward, bend the knees, push the hips back, and your chest stays up. You're gonna go 20 meters down and 20 meters back facing the same way. So the direction I wanna move, I drive off of that back leg to get me there. It is super important you drive off that leg and your toes are forward as you're doing so. Notice that when I drive, my feet come back to my athletic stance, so I drive out past athletic stance and then back to it. I never get tall and stand up like this. So I'm staying low, I'm staying wide as I move. All right, 3 rounds, have a good warm up. All right, here is your strength. You have 6 rounds to complete. The first thing you're gonna do are thrusters. Then you're gonna do max Bulgarian split squats on each leg, and you will rest 1 minute and 30. So the thrusters, we don't have a rep range for you, other than to say we want you to stop 2 to 3 reps from hitting failure. So find something nice and heavy. You can go single arm, double arm, but basically what's gonna happen is you're holding the weight in a front rack position. If you got 2 dumbbells, you can go here in that front rack. You go full squat, and then driving out of the squat, you press the weight up overhead. So all the way down, all the way up. And you're going until 2 to 3 reps before hitting failure. When you hit that, then you're gonna come into Bulgarian split squat. So we found the stance earlier with the warm up. What I would recommend you do is you place the weights in an area that you can easily pick it up once you find the stance first. Then you can go ahead and pick up your weights. Make sure that you don't let the weights pull you forward. So keep your torso vertical like we talked about in the warm-up. Go straight down, all the way back up to extension of both the knee and the hip. You're gonna max out here and on here. 12 to 15 should be your max. So if you're getting way over that, you need to grab more weight to hold on to. All right, and then after that, you have 1 minute and 30 of rest. Have a good strength. Here is your WOD for the day. So you have 7 rounds to finish for time with a 20-minute time cap. So you have a 15-yard shuttle run, 21 sit-ups, 20 Russian twists, and 20 lateral lunges. So the 15-yard shuttle run, you're actually gonna do quite more than 15 yards. So you're gonna have a starting line, and you'll do 5 yards and back, 10 yards and back, 15 yards and back. Now, when you're doing this shuttle run, when you come up to that turnaround point, right? So if we were to say that this towel right here is where I'm gonna be hitting my mark. So when you're down pedaling down, when you go to plant that foot, you need to plant it so that it's parallel with that line you're planting on, right? Another way you could think of this is that athletic stance where we had those toes forward and we were driving off that leg. Think about that foot position as you're planting, because guess what? Now, when I want to go back the other way, I can use that like we did on that lateral walk to now drive off and open up myself back towards the finish line. So make sure when you down pedal in that you get that nice good plant. You're getting low and you're already shifting your weight back towards the direction you want to go. Drive off that rear leg, open yourself up, and go back to that start. So 5 out, 10 out, 15 out, and back. If you're not planting at a good parallel line and you're opening up like so, you need to slow down so that you can plant at a good parallel. All right, so you have the shuttle run. You have 21 sit-ups, butterfly sit-ups. So put the bottoms of your feet together. Your shoulders come back, touch the ground, all the way back up so that your shoulders are passing your hips. You're talking about touching the ground outside of your toes. So 21 there. 20 Russian twists. Count every single one. Here we are. Control the weight, so find this V position. Control the weight, so don't let it tap and then just rip it to the other side. Bring it to the other side, tap behind your hip. That way you know you're getting a good twist. And then you have 20 lateral lunges. So on this one, you're gonna have a nice wide stance. You're gonna lunge yourself to one side by keeping one straight. The other one, you're gonna send your hips back, keep your chest up, and then drive that leg to extension back to the other side. So 10 on each side. Back to the Russian twist. If you don't have a very heavy weight and 20 is super easy for you, counting each one, go left, right as one.